Hey everyone, welcome back to the Angel Baby Show. This is Ava Lynn. Elise, that was an amazing interview with Dimitri. I absolutely loved it, learned so much. I'm very inspired. And yeah, I'm really excited for your next interview. If you want to talk a little bit about it, introduce it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Thank you. I was really nervous, but he was super nice. I'm interviewing an upcoming actress and social media influencer, Raycene. She's in an upcoming Mel Gibson movie. She talks a little bit about working with Pete Davidson and just her career as an actress, and gives really great tips on self-love and positivity. So I think people can really take from her advice. So I'm excited to share it.
Awesome. Let's hear it. That was an amazing interview, Elise. She was so personable, so likable, and I'm super excited to watch the film that she's in. But yeah, we're just gonna go off for a little bit of a break, and then afterwards, we're gonna talk about more summer things, fun, and also the worst jobs we've ever had. And yeah, so just stay with us after the break. This is the Angel Baby Show with Elise and Evelyn.
All right. Hi, I'm Elise Thuresson with California Life. And today I am super excited to interview actress Arielle Raycene. Welcome in today. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Okay, so I'm super excited to talk a little bit about your career because you have had one of your most productive years to date. You starred as the lead in the film Kill Her Goats. You've
Mhm.
co-starred with Pete Davidson, and next, the film that we really want to focus on today is the highly anticipated Mel Gibson film Confidential Informant.
Yes, it's coming out June 27th.
Wow. So what a year. And before I even ask you about the film and what it was like working with Mel Gibson and Kate Bosworth and so forth, I really want to talk about how you got started because you're also a social media influencer and you have a lot of personality and super charming on social media. And I just kind of wanted to ask, like, what was that process like of just becoming a content creator and then an actress? And nobody really grew up wanting to be a content creator because it
Yeah.
wasn't a thing. So how did that all happen for you?
Well, I think, okay, so I started acting when I was young. I was living in LA at a
Mhm.
small age. Then my family split up. So I moved back to Kansas. So there's not a whole lot of acting going on there.
Yeah.
And I just did theater, did what I could, but I knew I had the acting bug since I was a child. So
Right.
I knew after I graduated, I had to get back to LA. But
Right.
at that point, I basically had to start completely over. I had no idea. It was a lot of trial and error again.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, while I was like working on all of that, going to classes, going to auditions, messing up a million times on
Mhm.
everything, Instagram came along. And so I was like one of the first people on Instagram. I remember I had it so early that like no one was on it and I deleted it. So it was like there's
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
So then got back on it and then started doing modeling and stuff just to
Mhm.
like pay the bills while you're still working on acting. And the
Mhm.
thing about Instagram is that everything is now.
Mhm.
Um, the thing about building a career takes forever.
Right.
So I was utilizing what I could because that's like your only one tool is how you like
Right.
represent yourself and what you do in the world and like what you show, right?
Mhm.
So I was just doing that while I was working on everything on the back end. And then I did some theater in New York and then COVID hit, of course,
Yeah.
and that like paused everything. And then I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know what's gonna happen
Yeah.
because we all didn't know. And like I was on a roll then too, but then
Mhm.
I remember I actually like was so fed up. The year last year was a great year for me, but that Christmas before I was like, I'm done. I'm absolutely done. And then
Wow.
like everything happened this
That's
year.
crazy.
So yeah, now we're on a strike, which is another thing, but
Yeah.
that too will persist and we will move on. So yeah.
No, I feel like I hear so many actors say that it was always at like their breaking point where they say they're done that something comes up. And I just
Yeah.
think that's kind of
It
fun,
was. I don't
hilarious.
know if like I wanted to have my own drama, like because it was Christmas time and my family was
Mhm.
here, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm done, like telling everyone. And I've never really
Yeah.
said it like that. Like I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but then and then like Christmas was done and I was alone and I was like, well, what
Yeah.
am I gonna to. Like, I can't quit. Like, this is what I love. And so then I was like back at it. And then like things
Yeah.
started happening. Yeah.
That's so impressive. And I think it takes so much courage to like really go after it. It's such a not traditional path or a career, and it's so unpredictable. But what would you say, like, due to your success, what do you think you did when you were an aspiring actress that really set you apart? What were some like tricks and success key tips you think you did?
Well, I think one of the biggest things I had to do, because you always kind of feel like a fraud, right?
Right.
Like even if you're don't have any credits and stuff, like I had to start saying that I was an actress to really believe it. I read it somewhere and I
Mhm.
believed it. And so when people ask me what I did, I would say I'm an actress. And they're like, oh, so what do you do? And I was like, well, I'm still an actress though.
Yeah.
True and true. So I started saying that, even though it was so hard and foreign for me
Mhm.
to say it, and you
Mhm.
felt like a fraud, like every time you said it, but I did it. So that's definitely something you have to say for sure. And then, persistence. Like you have to go out there and do everything you can. Like I've been on set for the worst things ever, but like I was learning everything I had to do. And like I did extra work. I've done every side of the camera and everything that I could possibly get my hands on. And like back in the day, they don't do this anymore because of COVID and stuff, everything's self-tape. But like auditions, you'd have like 6 auditions in a day and you'd be driving all day long,
Wow.
changing your outfits in your car and everything. And it's just, you have to really love it, like
Mhm.
love it. And I would say stay in class as much as possible and just be persistent.
Well,
And
that's amazing. Oh,
really,
sorry.
really, no, one more thing. Do not
Yeah.
compare yourself to others because everyone's journey is like their own. And like if you see someone else that you like, that's coming up, be happy for them because you'd want them to be happy for you. And also, if you see them coming, then it's your turn eventually.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. Like,
Yeah,
that's
of
the
course.
best advice I've heard ever. And I think I noticed too on your social media, you're really about like self-love and body positivity and confidence. And I think that's something with, I was going to ask you, like, as a social media influencer, you probably see negativity all the time. And then you have to stay focused in your acting career to stay confident and sure of yourself and not listen to people. And it's so easy to say, but how do you kind of stay confident? What are some things that you do to kind of help with your own confidence or self-love and feeling good about yourself?
It took a long time. I think as an actor, you really have to get to know yourself to
Mm-hmm.
be the best, like to hone different characters and like find out what's a part of you and what is totally different from that character. So I've read a lot of self-help books and I know some people are like, whatever. And I did the whole Tony Robbins thing and I studied neuro-linguistic programming to understand my mind. So I just did a lot of inner work on myself
Right.
and just like trying to tune out all the noise and not
Mhm.
focus on everyone else. Like the doom scroll is awful, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
always staying busy. Like if that one quote where it's like an
Hmm.
idle mind is a devil's playground, and that's where you
Yeah.
like can start spiraling out. Like always stay busy, have projects going on, know that like you're doing your own thing and you're in your own path. It's like it's really hard to not compare yourself to others, but if you can do that and just like be nice to yourself, give yourself kind words, like don't
Yeah.
words are really powerful, right? So
Yeah.
if you cannot talk down on yourself, and if you do have like that 30-second tantrum and get over it, or like
Mhm.
set a time where you're like, I'm gonna get over this after this hour or whatever, and then be done.
Right. Well, I mean, I think people could definitely take advice from you because you really are succeeding in everything you've set your mind to. And it's just so inspiring to see people making it out from Kansas or, not knowing someone or not having those crazy connections. Like, I respect that so much.
Thank you.
And to talk a little bit more about Confidential Informant,
Mhm.
it's a suspenseful thriller.
Yes.
And it's about this terminally ill police detective and he makes this deal and you play Ginger, an exotic
Yes.
performer,
Yes.
but you're in a relationship with one of the lead detectives, so you kind of get entangled in this whole suspenseful thriller.
Right.
And that just sounds like such an action-packed movie. Like, what was it like training for that, working in that? What was the environment like?
Well, I had so much fun. I guess there was a part of me that always like looked up to strippers. I mean, in a way, because I
Yeah.
think what they do is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And so when I started taking pole classes, I was like, this is like, I honestly think if like I had to make my own school for kids, I would be like, not kids, but like when you're coming
Right.
into yourself as a woman, to take pole classes, because I've never felt more in tune with my body than I ever have in my life. Like I was
Oh.
just, I felt so feminine and like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew like how to work things, and you dance a little
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
stuff. So that was a really good workout, and like I learned a lot about my body and myself, and I was going to strip clubs every night. I was having a lot of fun actually, and I
Yeah.
would just pay for the girls to like talk to me, and they all have such a good head on their shoulders, like they're
Mhm.
doing something for a reason, and when they get up there and they move, and like that is like,
Yeah.
I think that is more like exposing than like acting or other things sometimes, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because they're in front of everyone just taking their clothes off and like
Right.
dancing like on this pole, like doing crazy stuff. Anyways, I had a great experience
Yeah.
learning about all of that and doing it. So that was fun. I had a lot of bruises, but Ginger like definitely took over my life, and because I let her, but I
Mhm.
had a lot of fun with her.
No, I love the commitment to the role, and you really did your research and everything. And I think that that's such a good comment about strippers, because it does seem like great training for an actor, because you can really loosen up and get more comfortable in your body and just performing and moving around everywhere.
I
Um,
actually I almost went and auditioned. There was a certain day for auditions, and you just go in and you have like the dance, and I had the dance ready because that was the dance I was doing in the movie. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and I was so frightened because I was like, this I can do auditions, but I don't know about this audition, you know?
yeah.
And I was like, if I can do this, then I'll be fine when I go on set, right? And I got called to go to Canada and shoot, so I couldn't audition. But that was like the scariest thing to me. But then when I got on set and I did it, I was like, okay, I guess that was like my audition, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
No, that's so I love to hear stories like that. And the for the next part, so Confidential Informant is a Mel Gibson film. What was his filmmaking style like, and how was it different from all the other projects you've been a part of?
This movie,
Hmm.
um, the style. Well, I guess it wasn't a horror film, so
Yeah.
the Killer Goats, and it wasn't comedy, so it was definitely a drama. And
Right.
I haven't been in a dramatic piece in a while, and yeah, I don't know the style. I guess the director is like very David Lynchy, so
Okay.
that's like the vibe I would say.
Hmm. No, that's really interesting. And to talk a little bit more, so that's coming out June 27th.
Mhm.
Would you like to share any other upcoming projects you have, or just a final note, share your social media,
Yeah,
anything else you want to look forward to?
I was supposed to be doing a Christmas movie, but after the
Oh,
strike, we will resume that in Oklahoma. I'm
so fun.
gonna
Oh my
start doing some stand up in the meantime, so
God.
I
Okay.
am staying busy. And yeah, you can find me on Instagram at the Arielle, Ariel Ray.
Awesome. Okay, well, I'm so excited to see this film. I can't wait to hear about this Christmas movie. I love those. And yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. I'm so excited to see more of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.